like I said, this is the first time that I have streamed directly to YouTube. So I guess tonight we're just gonna try to figure it out. Anyways, I am Elizabeth Maria. So I'm having some connectivity problems, it seems. I'm just gonna move forward and see how it goes. This is actually the first time that I've done a live out in nature, so we're just gonna see how it goes tonight. Just testing out, the equipment and new technology and stuff like that. So before I get started with the collective reading, I'm just gonna clear the energy. Hi, how are you? I'm live right now. And I guess I'm gonna have an audience tonight, guys. I'm excited. Thank you, Great Spirit, for allowing me to be here. Thank you for allowing me to be a conduit. Let me clear this energy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you. So tonight, before let's just kind of get into the energy a little bit. I'm gonna pull an angel guide card for us. I'm gonna see. Let's see. I know we always have angels surrounding us, out in the ethers, and our earth angels too. Let's see what we have here. Oh, guys, I've been getting this card like over and over. I love it. Take charge and action. So this is all about, stepping into your strength, stepping into your power, taking charge of the situation, which is your life, right? I know that, we're all different, but if you guys are anything like me and have led the kind of crazy freaking life I have, taking charge and taking action is all about, learning self-worth, right? And so when you're taking charge and taking action, you're saying that, hey, guess what, universe? Hey, guess what, world? I'm worthy of taking charge of my own life, right? I am no longer a victim of other people, a victim of circumstance, right? This is all about standing into the belief, the knowing of your unlimited power and potential, right, guys? I mean, it's pretty much like basic, I guess there's nothing really basic about quantum physics, but there's an unlimited amount of possibilities. It's kind of hard to wrap your head around it sometimes. But man, I mean, whoever won the Nobel Peace Prize, didn't they just prove that or something? Everything's a stimulation, and there's like an infinite number of us. Oh my gosh, too much. Let's gotta get back to the now. Okay, take charge and action. So don't be afraid to take charge or be strong at this time. Sometimes we have to take control in order to be respected or honored. If you feel that your current situation is moving in a direction that isn't serving you, your joy, or your purpose, the message of this card is to put your foot down now. You don't have to be aggressive about standing your ground and setting your boundaries, right? You don't have to be aggressive, but you do need to have clarity and to clarify exactly what your needs are, okay? You gotta step in, okay? So it's up to you. So whatever situation you're in, people, dealing with people, places, and things, I mean, my God, relationships with others, relationships with self, I mean, It's, there's a whole lot going on in this world that we have to navigate, but it all comes down to learning, your own self-worth and learning how to respect yourself, right? How to lead rather than be led, right? So if you're wondering whether to make the next move in a particular situation, then this card encourages you to do so, okay? So oftentimes angels find it difficult to support us fully unless we make the first move. So it's about taking that leap of faith and knowing that everything is going to be okay, right? So meet your angels halfway today. Just, show your commitment by taking an action. It's funny because right before the video, I was, walking around in the park and, getting my flow on and stuff. And I was really, thinking about my forward trajectory and really what it means for me to be spiritually minded, to have just started, a new business, my first business, and how to move forward with intention, right? And what came to me was, as long as I am doing one or two or maybe three things a day that are putting me in forward momentum towards, the beautiful, desires and dreams and realities and the foundation that I'm building, right? Then I'm good. That's the action. That's the action to take, is to get into the flow and just, you don't have to. I mean, that's, God, so much. And this is going to, get in when I start talking about, grieving old habits, because I am definitely recovering a lot of things. Um, or maybe I should say remembering, but I definitely used to be a workaholic. Busy bee was one of the first energies that I had to clear. And so really, now taking action for me has a completely different feel, and I understand it differently now. Taking action is, for me, it's about, I have to get into my flow first. I used to not be like that. I used to just push, 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 hustle, 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 go, 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 until, I was exhausted. I, broke down, ended up in, several institutions because of it. So not real interested in doing that again. Oh my gosh, slow and steady wins the race. Okay, so if you were feeling ambitious at this time, this card is asking you to trust in your gifts and potential. You have the opportunity to move forward in your career, your personal life, and your spiritual life. You are a co-creator. I mean, guys, we all are. We are sons and daughters of God. I mean, we are co-creators, fractals, if you will, of universe. I mean, my God, it is in our DNA, right? So we're doing it, right? So we all have the potential, right, to co-create just beautiful. I mean, we create universes, right? And so your angel guides are just encouraging you to take the action by setting very clear intentions. Now, we just, let's see, we just got through the new moon. The next moon, let's see, we have a super full moon coming up, I believe, on the 3rd. And so right now, I mean, we're still, my God, there's so much energy. We have the solstice is, what is that, tomorrow? I mean, so we're in a transitional phase, all of us, right? Things happen in season. And so we are moving into a new season right now. So, know that, wherever you are in this world right now, I'm sitting at a park in South Carolina, know that with every step that you take, that your angels are with you, okay? They're cheerleading you, they're encouraging you. They're all around. Thank you, Great Spirit, for that reminder. Okay, so let's get into our weekly collective reading. So like I said, I mean, the energies are just like off the freaking chains, man. I mean, I'm like really, walking through, like down here in the South, man, there is a lot of dense energy that collectively we are all moving through right now. As above, so below, right? And so collectively and individually, we're feeling it, man. We're feeling it. And so wherever you are out there, keep on keeping on, and I will do the same, okay? Oh, thank you, Great Spirit, for allowing me to be here. I am just like, I just feel so blessed. Like, you know, I've kind of gotten past if anyone watches or not. I mean, I want to be of service. That's what I want to do. But honestly, I started these readings as a way for me to develop my claircognizant abilities, my divination skills. I use my skills on a daily basis to help me center. I use my divination as a healing tool. I also use my divination to help guide others to connect. So thank you, Great Spirit, for allowing me to be a guide tonight. Thank you. So I'm going to pull 3 cards. The first card is going to show the energy that we're kind of pulling out of right now. The second card is going to be the energy that we are currently in. And then the third card is going to be energy that we are going to be moving into next week. And so far, looking at these cards, I mean, my gosh, all 3 of them are pentacles. So pentacles, this is all about the elements of earth, right? And property. This is building, right? And so the first card in the pentacles we have, this is all about, building for the future, right? And honestly, building your foundation today. So the 3 of Pentacles is enterprise and success. So the upright meaning for the 3 of Pentacles, rewarding work. It often shows you are ready to let your talent shine in public. And the card often appears in readings to show launching a new business. Hey guys, if I can do it, you can do it. Receiving a commission, giving a lecture or teaching, or presiding over an important event. Okay, specifically, it can also show making a speech or, at a graduation or a wedding or something. So 3 of Pentacles, okay. And so in domestic affairs, this card can predict building or improving your work, kind of work home situation, right? And this is also a card of, this is an architect, right? This is the builder card. So just excellent. So this is the energy. So this means, guys, we've put in the work, because this is the energy that collectively we're coming out of right now. This is really 3 and 6 and 4. That's just wow. And so this, you just can't make this shit up, guys. The second card we have tonight is the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is all about property, family, and inheritance. So this upright card shows that money is coming to you. Whoop, whoop. I'm all about that. Hey, money, I love you just as much as you love me, right? It may arrive as a gift or an award and may be donated by an individual rather than an organization. This allows you to pay off any outstanding debts or anything that you need to do so you can just move forward, right? So money is coming. Money is coming. So overall, this card is all about support. So this is like the justice, right? And so this is, the intertwining, right? With all of the energies as above so below, right? So this is all about, right, receiving help, receiving money. There might be someone that is coming in from your past, and that makes sense, because I've been getting a lot of kind of like past love energy coming back in. So we'll see about that. I'm just gonna hang out at the park. Oh my god, oh my god. Anyways, guys, this is an excellent reading tonight. So the Four of Pentacles is the energy that we are moving into, right? So this is Sun and Capricorn. This is all about security, self-improvement, and holding on to money, okay? And so this is interesting. So this is the Six of Pentacles is like money is coming, and then here we got some money, but we need to hold on to it, right? We need to squirrel it away, save 10% of everything you get, right? Make, wise financial decisions. So if you have suffered from hardship, then the Four of Pentacles shows that these tough times are over, right? And now your work is paying off. While it may not be like a huge windfall, you're going to be okay. Okay? You're going to be okay. So, but this is also about, really learning responsibility with the finances that you were given, right? Learning discernment with your purchases, learning how to put some away, right? I honestly was never taught financial literacy. And so it is something that I've had to learn as an adult. I've made some pretty huge missteps, which is 100% okay because we're all here learning, right? And so this is an excellent, excellent card to end with tonight, the Four of Pentacles. And so, this is it. This is really a wonderful completion of energy, and it just, it feels real good, just real focused. Yeah. And so tonight I wanted to talk, briefly. I'm going to try to make these lives, like under 30 minutes. I think in my head, like, okay. I listen to podcasts and lives, like, all day, every day, honestly. So, but I'm always like, okay, how long can I, listen to someone go on? And I don't know, usually about 20, 30 minutes. So anyways, I'm going to try to keep it within that. So, yeah. And so this idea of grieving old habits that no longer serve, and so I think, a habit is just any type of habitual behavior that you have done over and over again, and you've gotten comfortable with it, right? For me, an old habit that I am in the process of grieving, and as I'm still doing it, is smoking. That's and I've talked about it on here for a while. I went through a period where I was really admonishing myself for not being there yet, and how can I be a spiritual freaking light worker warrior and still have this habit? And you know what, all of that shit is just, it's just a way to judge yourself. Self-judgment is, I mean, I know for me, it was one of, the biggest hurdles is, just to accept, right? And so as I have been in this process of grieving my relationship with cigarettes, I started thinking about other relationships, other old habits that I have had to walk away from. Um, and I'm learning that when I'm walking away from an old habit, instead of going into that place of, oh, that was horrible, I can't believe I ever did that shit, or oh my God, in that place of like, you can go to a very self-deprecating place or a self-judgment place. I now stay in a, a really a state of observation with my own behaviors. Psychologically, it's called, being metacognizant of yourself, right? So it's beginning to really be able to rise above and watch yourself from an eagle eye view, right? It takes time and it takes practice, really to get there. You really, I mean, you have to. In Al-Anon, it's what is it? Acceptance awareness. Wait, awareness? No, acceptance awareness action. Right. So accept that. Hey, I have some patterns that may not be in alignment with my best self, and so and so that's such a it's just it's a lot more soothing because I mean we're here in a mystery school, guys. I follow Abraham Hicks, and I love it when Esther says, you don't like yell at children when they're learning to walk, or like a toddler, like get up, you dummy. You're not. And so why do you yell at yourself when you're learning new skills? I mean, I think about that with every single stage of my life. Like, I mean, I raised a child. I had no freaking idea how to be a parent. I figured it out, But, all that to say is I believe, and actually my first business coach told me there are no mistakes, only missteps, right? So you can make a misstep, but that can always, be corrected or not, or, just figure out another path or whatever, right? Yeah, and so, this idea of grieving. And so I began to really look at my relationship with cigarettes from a different perspective. So instead of like, oh my God, like there was a lot of limiting beliefs that were holding me on to, and that are still, I guess, still holding me on. Some of them are pretty surface. Like, I heard that you gain a lot of weight, and actually, I have quit in the past, and I did gain a lot of weight. So there we go, ego vanity. There's limiting belief there, and that definitely does not serve because that is like ridiculous. But I mean, and that's the thing about limiting beliefs is that when you uncover one and you're like, oh my God, it's always so easy. Just it's just the easiest thing. You're just like, oh my God, I have been like holding on to this shit for so long, and really all I had to do was just say, okay, I'll try something new. I'm gonna go down a different path, right? Um, but anyways, yeah, so let me get back to it. So mourning it. So I've had to go back and really look at my relationship with cigarettes all the way back to the beginning, and to look at our time together at the beginning. It was very much born out of definitely rebellion, delinquency. um Hey, oh yay, right. I'm so glad to see you. That's so awesome that you came on. I'm actually just at this point kind of rambling, but no, I'm not. I'm not gonna undercut my what I'm talking about by saying that. Yeah, so I've had to go back and really look at all of the stages of my relationship with cigarettes, and to realize that, I mean, cigarettes aren't all bad. Like, I really enjoy smoking. And, when I was working 9 to 5, it was definitely, it gave me a break. I mean, go outside, take a cigarette break kind of thing. You can sit down, it can be meditative, right? So there's a lot of things, that I'm having to mourn about that and to give up and to, find healthier alternatives, right? Some of the things I do right now is, if I'm thinking about wanting a cigarette, I'll just like do like 10 squats real quick, and I mean, sometimes that works, sometimes idiot doesn't, but it's up to me, right? Accidents. Sometimes I feel this if you think otherwise, because it's all about, developing and learning from each other and expanding our consciousness, right? I mean, that's what being unlimited is all about, is being open to all perspectives. Where I'm at, right now with it is that, there are some positive things about cigarettes, and apparently where I'm at now is, I'm choosing those over, the negatives. And until I guess the negatives get to a place where I am willing to look at it further, then that's it. And so that is about the acceptance of it, right? And so first you become aware of the pattern. Okay, I've had this relationship, and with bad habits, I mean you can have and I honestly, I hate the term bad, because that really just goes back into that dualistic thinking. There is no good, bad, up, down. I mean, it just all is, right? So for me, it's about what is in alignment with my highest self, and what, ultimately makes me feel good. Cigarettes totally made me feel good. I mean, I love, kind of my life that cigarettes. I mean, even before I freaking steal my parents and like pose with them in their mirror, because like, James Dean Cool, right? Anyways, I'm a total dork, but hey, I mean, I'm keeping it real. That's who I am. So that's my experience with it. Yeah, and then, but then I've had some really horrible, memories with cigarettes too. I'm someone that is, from a working class background. I mean, my first job was 9, right? So I have gone up and down, the economic scale in my life. There have been times when I'm like, okay, I literally have to choose between food and cigarettes right now. And like, and there have been times when I've chosen cigarettes, and that is like, wow, I have to look at that behavior. But do I have to admonish myself and put myself down? No, I don't. I can just, from that eagle eye view, just observe. Elizabeth, that's awfully curious that you would rather smoke a cigarette than eat a healthy bowl of cucumbers, right? And so, it's just, and so it's a good way to detach from that energy, because ultimately, and I mean, this is, my thinking around this. It's the vibrations of, guilt or shame, or, any kind of secretiveness or self-judgment. It's that lower vibes that keep us in patterns. It keeps us from being able to see, where the doors and the windows and the escape hatches are, right? It keeps us in that illusion, that kind of low vibe energy. And so to counter that and to transmute that, right, we've got to get it up to neutral. So how do we do that? Again, eagle eye view, right? Just observing your behavior from a neutral detachment, right? If feelings come up around the behavior, you gotta feel that shit, man. That's the only way to heal it. And let me tell you how annoyed I get when I hear that sometimes. I'm like, when I'm feeling my shit, I'm like, I'm feeling, god damn it, I'm over it though. Lord knows, which goes back to this, really the second part of what I wanted to talk about is, when we're in the process of shifting patterns and shifting, shifting from states that don't serve us into states and realities that do serve us fully, mind body spirit alignment, right? It's like we are, and we can be in it's like almost like an intern, it was an intern kind of period where you kind of oscillate between the two. That is okay. That is okay. Okay. The recovery journey is not a linear path. It is more like, okay? So wherever you're at, and I'm saying this to myself too, is exactly where you're supposed to be. So, but while you're shifting these patterns, right, and you're observing and stuff, those thoughts might come in. Oh, I really want a cigarette, or oh, I want to do XYZ. I mean, my habits that no longer serve me really, fall into the sex, drugs, and rock and roll category. So, and not to say that, and not rock and roll, because rock and roll, hey man, rock and roll helps me stay free. But yeah, the other two, we're working through those. Yeah, so what do you do when, these old kind of thoughts? So really, like the thoughts, as long as you can, just like you can isolate your, and begin to look at your patterns, you can also begin to use metacognition, which is just getting that eagle eye view and watching your patterns from a neutral standpoint, right? You can do the same thing with your thoughts. I've really been working on this process for several years now, and to the point where I'm able to discern the difference between what is my thought versus an old thought that no longer serves versus a collective thought. Really, I look at thoughts as their own entities, their things, and not all thoughts are mine, or not all thoughts are yours, right? Because if we're frequency, and not if, because we are frequency, energy, protons, neutrons, constantly moving, right? That's energy, right? And so thoughts are energy. And so thoughts, collectively are moving around. I mean, that's how, like, five or, 10 or hundreds of people get the same kind of ideas about certain things, like collectively all over the world around the same times. It's because, thoughts are things, they're moving around too. And so if you can begin to observe your thoughts as things rather than as like, you know, things that you can't control and right, then you can actually, I mean, for me, I talk to my thoughts. So if something comes in that I know will not be of my best interest, I will just say, whoa, thought. Where the hell you come from? You better get on with your bad self. You know what I'm saying? Like, no way, Jose. You better get on. Or like just in the last couple of weeks. And guys, I said I was gonna try to keep this at 30, and it's already 33 minutes. But I am currently renting a room in a haunted house, and that's another reason why I'm out here doing these lives. I'll talk about that maybe next week. But one of the things that has been happening, because I'm, living with, the energies, I don't think they're like, they're not like totally evil, but some of them are kind of intrusive. And so I started having some really weird intrusive thoughts last week. And to the point that I was shocked at my own thoughts. But then, I was able to again separate myself from the thought. Oh, this is a thing. Whoa, that's a crazy thought. So, especially if you have thoughts about something that, is totally out of character, a lot of times those are intrusive collective thoughts, and it's just garbage, and they can't do anything to you as long as you don't give it any energy, any emotional energy, because that is what attaches these thoughts to you. They just get attached to you, you know. Some of the funky ones can get, I mean, like, it's funky. You can get funky thought attachments, you know. I'm like, you know, it's your bad self-thought. Get out of here. Oh my God. Anyway, so, you know, so what I did is I basically was like, whoa, I know that that is not my thought. And so I don't know what's happening or what energy is trying to get into my head, but you know, and I protected my energy. I mean, I just pretty much automatically now just kind of put a bubble around me, and I'm like, okay guys, I'm in my bubble. You know, you know, disemboweled energies can do what you want around, but don't mess with me, please. And so, you know, I actually I had to stand my ground with a ghost and you know, tell him to, you know, get out of my head. But you know, you can do that with your thoughts. You have the power to tell your thoughts to buzz off, right? And you just keep on doing it and they will go away, I promise you. Because, you know, you are the creator, right? Not the thoughts. Not the mind does not own you, right? And through personal development, you will learn that you own the mind, right? You are the star of your own story and you get to create it exactly how you want to. Guys, I'm feeling like I just want to pull one more card to leave us with tonight. And, you know, once again, my name is Elizabeth Maria. This is Intuitive Tuesdays with Elizabeth Maria. This is where I do a collective energy reading and talk about developing your intuition with personal development and spirituality. And let's just pick one more card for the road. And thank you, Great Spirit. Oh my God, you guys, we can't make this shit up. Okay, y'all saw me shuffling, right? The Three of Pentacles. Well, I will not go back into it because we've already talked all about the Three of Pentacles, but I am going to get my other little book out and just quickly see what it says in here. You are collaborating with others and creating synergies to achieve big results. You balance the wisdom of the experts and the new ideas of novices. So keep on keeping on, guys, and I will definitely do the same. If you want to learn more about me and my offerings, please check out, I think I put it in the descriptions. If not, you're on, you know, my channel already, so check out the About Me. You know, shoot me an email, fill out one of those free consultations. We'll get together. We'll see how I can be of service, okay? And always in love, light, and service, and I will catch you guys later. I don't even know how to freaking turn this thing off. Okay, guys. Bye. And love, light, and service always.